Rich Hop. Am I saying it right?
Close. Hoppy.
Hoppy. Well, close
is
isn't. Okay, all right then. So it's Rich Hoppy. He's going to be talking about the Fort Wayne Indoor Skatepark.
That's where I live next to there.
You do?
Apartments. Yes.
Awesome. Hey,
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, here we go. And here we go. Okay, okay, great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Good morning, everybody. How that thing works?
looks like
But
right
you
to
got
the,
it.
or to the
You
right,
got
to the
it.
left.
It is, yes. It
All
is
right,
that
sweet.
intuitive.
I should be able to get it. Hey, before I start, I just want to say thanks, huge thanks to the Kaufman Foundation and everyone who's involved with this. Last week was my first week even sitting in the audience, so it was a pretty good experience. So I just want to say thank you to folks out there who are doing positive things and good things inside your community. So good stuff. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. I call this passion equals power because this thing is 100% passion driven. This is a 501c3. It does not make any money at all. We're in our 4th year. We have plans to have it make some money, of course, but we're a 501c3. It's 100% volunteer driven. We're open 7 days a week right now. Let's go to the right. I'll give you a little bit about myself. There's supposed to be some more information over there. Maybe I hit the wrong save button. But anyways, you see what happens here. I'm 43 years of age. I'm single as well. I love you.
That's a lot better, isn't it?
So this is from early this summer. This is a fundraiser we did at Lawton Park downtown. Every year I do a backflip for all the kids, and this year I did 2 downtown. And I have a goal of talking to a couple gentlemen, you two guys. I have a goal to do 43 of these backflips before I turn age 44. So I'm 16 and 3 so far. Still walking though, so that's good. I also do work for an action sports company called Wonder Wheels BMX. I travel around, I do shows, I talk to children, kids in high school environments, elementary school environments, where we do a show where we go in and we talk about life decisions and life choices and anti-bullying, anti-drug, that kind of awareness, and we incorporate it into a live show with BMX freestyle where we jump over the principal and incorporate a really fun and entertaining, we call it educating through entertainment. So we use that as another tool to try to open young minds into coming out and being able to do something unique. This is the Fort Wayne Indoors mission. I wrote this in 2014, and I just want to read it to you. Our mission is to provide a safe, legal, and positive recreational opportunity for multi-age locals to grow their BMX/skating skills while building self-confidence and enriching their lives by becoming part of a unique community. So what that is a subculture or a culture. A lot of people will look at these sports and immediately stereotype them as being punk kids or bad kids or whatever the case may be. I'm here to tell you that 99% of these kids are amazing and they're awesome. So they deserve to be treated as such. So their stereotype is 100% not true, because I personally am one of these kids. So, and I still feel like a kid actually. So that's good. So what we're doing is we're trying to take all these different subcultures, skateboarding, roller skating, BMX, whatever it is, they're all doing the same thing, get them together and do what we're doing. We're causing collisions, we're running into each other, and we're creating friendships that last a lifetime possibly. So I met Brian here when I was a kid. He's my partner at the skate park. Brian, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
He's behind the lens all the time when I'm on Facebook Live, and he does a lot of video work. He's a professional videographer. He's also a general contractor. So he also built, he helped us build this thing here. So this is the structure of the Fort Wayne Indoor. We're a 501c3 federally recognized non-for-profit, so every dollar you donate to us is tax write-offable. This is our board that we have currently. Brian is on the board, of course. Scott Yokolet works at Summit City Bicycles, professional BMX racer for 12 years. Dan Butler, lifelong skateboarder, met him when I was a kid at Sweeney Skate Park here in town. He's like the guy that is known for skateboarding in town. I'm the guy that's known for riding BMX in town, so it just kind of made sense. Matt Graves is just the guy that we use. He's a guy that went through college, and his family owns Strom Group, so he's our smart guy. We use him to write proposals and make good-looking stuff. So we're putting the pieces together slowly over time. Is basically what we're doing. and we're open seasonally. So in the summertime, we close. We encourage the kids to go outside, get some activity, get some sunlight on their bodies, maybe break an arm downtown instead of our skate park, I don't know. And this is kind of fun, location. Kind of doesn't exist anymore if you have an internet business, I guess. So back in the day when I was being taught marketing, location stuck in my mind, and this slide was part of a JA presentation, so I don't know if kids got it or not, but this is where the Fort Wayne Indoor is located. That is Northside High School. So we're right in the heart here. This is Hobson and State Street there.
I live in those apartments over there.
Oh, you do?
Those big, by CVS, those apartments right
Well, you're gonna have to come by. You're gonna have to come by and check us out in real life. It looks a lot better in real life. So in the beginning, basically the park was started more or less as a church group type thing, a youth group. This is what the facility looked like when it was first purchased, and it was carpet, and they had to scrape all the carpet up and the glue and all that fun stuff. 2013, essentially that middle picture really justifies about what the place was. It was skateboarding only. They contacted me and wanted me to start the BMX program. There were certain days they weren't utilizing the facility. So I started the BMX program there in 2013 as a volunteer. And then in 2014, we actually ended up reorganizing the thing and changing it to the Fort Wayne Indoor. Because it's only 6 minutes, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm going quick. I call fundraising because it's something essential to any non-for-profit. And I just want to show you guys a quick example of something that we did, and we've got a big plan to do something this year, which I can't tell you quite about it yet, but we'll get there. Actually, next year, it's not 2018 yet. So this is something we did. We blocked off, and this was in 2014. We actually did a GoFundMe in the July of 2014, raised 12 grand in about 22 days, and that's when we realigned the company as a non-for-profit. Basically, we shut down the street downtown Fort Wayne, 2 blocks, and we brought some stunts out. We built our own ramps. We brought them down there, had a skateboard contest right in the streets. On a Sunday afternoon, we had professional BMX riders come out doing demonstrations. The streets were lined with people. Rick Kenny from the Clyde Theater came down, and he organized the bands. We had 3 live bands play that night, and it was a really fun, family-friendly orientated thing, and which is what we're really trying to drive and do in Fort Wayne. We want the culture to be seen, be visible, and we want to entertain people at the same time. So this is the Fort Wayne Indoor, and this is actually a picture from last year. It's a little bit different this year. We change it quite often. So this is the indoor current mode. So if you can remember that picture with just that little flat, nothing in there. So these ramps have all been basically, I think we run on about 70, here we go, there's my slide, 75% recycled wood. So if we had to buy all this wood, we would have spent, at this point in time, probably $40,000, I don't know. There's a lot of wood in there. There's a lot of concrete in here. All this green is actually concrete. There's a lot of metal in here as well. This is all metal at the bottom of each ramp. Chris Henry Steel has donated all of that metal to us. Chris Henry donates money to us every single year because he believes in what we're doing. He's seen the place. He knows that we're doing some good. And to that, there's one more thing I gotta note here. Oh yeah, Leanne, her son. So last week when I was here, and I made my note here. If you can see this, I put kids. And I just highlighted all the kids. So on that brochure. The reason we're doing this is not because I like to ride my bicycle. The reason we're doing it is because these kids. We're offering the opportunity for them to go pursue anything they want. We're giving them, if they want to, go around and travel the world like or the world like Brian has, for instance. I haven't got the world yet, but I'm working on it. But I've traveled the country on my bicycle because I was hired to go and do shows at halftime, at monster truck shows, whatever it was. I made a lot of cool friends and met a lot of cool people by riding my bike that have stuck around my entire life. And I can go anywhere in this country. I have a place to stay. It's just it's an amazing thing. And when you can open someone's eyes up to something that's as fun as this and an outlet like this to where you can forget about your normal life and go ride your bike, in a sense, it's pretty powerful. So we're doing it for the kids, and that's the reason we're doing it for the future. And the kids are always coming up. So we always got new eyeballs that see this place. And I'm telling you, when you see their eyes touch that facility for the first time, it's like they just saw the ocean for the first time. It's like, wow, I can ride on that too, It's insanely amazing. So We're here basically to ask for money, no. So we do ask for money all the time. We run on donations, of course, so if you do have an extra check, we'll take one today. But in a nutshell, that is my presentation, and thank you very much for listening.
You did better than average. But don't walk away. Stay
Okay.
here, because did you have a slide that talks about your challenges, or?
I did. I think I might have sent John the wrong, oh wait, maybe the clicker.
There we go.
Bingo.
There we go.
There we
There we
go.
go. Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yeah, so we're gonna talk
Okay,
about
then,
the.
so those are your,
Okay.
you need.
Yeah, I will cover that. So yeah, our challenges are always, it's always gonna be a funding challenge with something like this, because it is a passion thing. It's just simply not set up to make money. It's set up to provide a fun service, essentially. And we don't know what we're doing also. So we are making it up as we go 100%. You know, I have some business knowledge, he has some knowledge, but essentially we don't know what we're doing. We're making it completely up. Community involvement. So we try as hard as we can to reach out to the community, to the city, and build awareness around these kids and these sports to let people know that they are here and they're gonna be here to stay. BMX and skateboarding freestyle are in the Olympics in 2020, which is 2 years away. And we have a young lady that is #1 on the planet that lives in Buchanan, Michigan, that just came down and visited us a couple weeks ago. She won the whole, she's the best female athlete, BMX rider in the world. Her name is Hannah Roberts. So Google that little one, and she's amazing. So as we grow, we're planting roots. So what we're doing, I see in this phase, we're planting our roots, and we're getting stable on the financial side so that we can grow this thing into something to where right now it's kind of a thrown together thing to where we don't have the proper training facility. You know, I want to have a place where someone can go and practice. We don't have a foam pit, for instance. So we like to be able to send these kids in the air and let them land in the foam instead of on their face on the concrete for the first few times. Maybe they'll get a little, they'll understand the trick a little bit before they try to send it on a real obstacle. So you kind of see over here, this is a scaled representation of the Home Depot facility out on Coliseum, on East Coliseum. So this is basically what, and it doesn't have to be this building, but this essentially is what we'd like to have here in town. A full-size skate park for skateboards, a lot of mountain biking facility, which I haven't even talked about, but mountain biking is huge in Fort Wayne, and it's huge all over the place. And those people typically have a lot more money than kids on skateboards and BMX bicycles. So what I envision is this being propped up by the mountain bike people, and you know, maybe we get some kind of BMX track inside there. Maybe we do something with the roller derby girls. I don't know, but we want to have something like this that draws people to our area, that will allow them to stay for a weekend, bring the whole family out, rent bikes out. You can ride around this thing, use it for exercise, and then people can actually practice their sports. So the guys that want to be a professional skateboarder, professional BMX rider, can utilize this place to push themselves to that next level. So that is our ultimate goal down the road. And it doesn't have to be that building. If you got another building, we'll take that as well. It's just got to be that big. So then the last thing I want to talk about here is Lawton Park and politics, because everyone loves politics. So Lawton Skate Park downtown is a skateboard and inline only skate park. So no BMX bikes, no scooters, no roller skates are allowed inside that park. So what that does to us, as we are trying to cultivate and culture all these kids and people into one pot, we go downtown and we're all separated. You're not allowed to go in here because you're on a bicycle. You can't go in here because you're 12 years old and you're on a scooter, okay? But if you and I go to a basketball court and we play Frisbee, do you think the police are gonna come up and say, hey, you can't play Frisbee here, what are you doing? Then if you talk back, maybe I'll arrest you for resisting arrest. I'll take your Frisbee and impound it. So that's what's going on right now. See, I should take another drink. Excuse me. That's what's going on right now downtown Fort Wayne, and over 100 kids have been arrested, prosecuted, bicycles taken away, and have a record now. So we're talking criminal trespassing, resisting arrest, and it goes on and on. So I've been able to get nowhere on this topic for the whole time, 15 years now, I guess. So I go into meetings now, and they say if we're talking about the skate park, this meeting's over. So it's like beating a dead horse. So eventually, I would love to have something happen downtown.
Okay, all right then, let's wrap this
Yes,
up, and let's,
I'm
let's
done.
move on, you're not going anywhere,
No.
get back up
I'm
here.
done.
Yeah, yeah, that, you don't go, because that's a whole.
So don't go
hour,
ride your bike
so,
downtown in Lawton
yeah.
Skate Park.
Let's go open it up to questions, but you remind me, I have a contact for you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that might be helpful. Well, I'm gonna open it up, then we'll say this, because I think your challenge, you have a business challenge. You wanna, I mean, you're talking about a business here that's kind of
Yes.
large, although in your business, you're gonna be able to offer free membership, well, they're gonna be worth something. But they're gonna have to have some free membership for some kids that have no money.
Sure,
Or again, so-
which we do that now. I mean,
Right, right.
we don't turn any kids down right now.
Right, right.
There's
okay.
trash to empty, there's floors to sweep, you know.
Okay.
So I agree, this entity would be way different than what we have right now. But
Okay.
ultimately, this is what we'd like to see in a part of our community, because we are the regional hub, and we should have something like this.
Okay, go ahead, you got the floor, go
Oh.
ahead, yes.
Stephanie?
So, say you were to get, a space like this, and I think that they're talking about expanding the economic development zone to include some of these buildings,
Okay.
which would be a benefit to you, because then that makes it more eligible for people to invest in. But say you were to get something like this, are you considering like adding on to your staff, you know, like the young lady you were talking about, maybe creating like a potential like Olympics training course, you know, or?
Yeah,
or
that is
track like that?
exactly it. What we envisioned is a course that was built specifically for training, and then also one that we can use as a competition. So we can hold competitions, high-level competitions here, not just the kids from Columbia City coming, where I'm talking high-level competitions, skateboarding and BMX, because it's not being done anywhere in the Midwest right now. No one's doing it.
I was gonna say, is there anywhere else, you know, competition-wise, that's doing something like this in the region?
In the region, absolutely not, no. The closest facility to anything like this is gonna be Cleveland, Ohio. And then outside of that, there's nothing that exists. Cleveland is the only thing that has an indoor mountain bike park in the whole country at this point in time. There might be one in New York, but it's a very new concept. The one in Cleveland I've been going to, I've probably been there 60 times. And I can't get enough of it, of course, but that's where I was doing backflips at this weekend on Saturday. But it's a beautiful place. But that place kind of was what sparked my mind to where we could do something. That one's 200,000 square foot, so it's much bigger than this one, but they have a much bigger population as well. So if we could scale that down a little bit, I think it could fit Fort Wayne perfectly.
I have two questions.
Please.
At Lawton Park, what's the reason for not allowing bikes?
I wish I could tell you. I've been told a lot of different things, but no one's really told me the real reason. The main reason they tell me is safety. It's not safe to allow bikes in there. And I tell them, well, it's not safe to have skateboards in there either, technically. You know, because a skateboard will fly and shoot off, and it will hit you in the head, and it will cause injury. You will fall off a skateboard and smash your face in the ground and bleed and go to the hospital, just as if you would crashing a BMX bike or whatever it is. Even walking for it. I mean, some people have a rough time walking. Walking is safe, not safe for some people.
Okay, second part of my question is,
Yes.
who would we need to talk to help your cause in that park?
Me.
Well, I mean, like politicians.
Oh, politicians. That's a whole
City,
separate group. I think a whole separate meeting, maybe.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know. I'm not a political guy. I don't really care for the whole political agenda or whatever. I'm not a politics guy. So if someone is and they want to help, that'd be awesome. Team member.
What about is your annual budget? I mean, what kind of funds do you need to raise, and then what would it become if you were able to get hold of a facility like
That's a
that?
great question. So right now, our budget is, if you have any shoestrings at your house, it resembles that. It takes about 40 grand a year to keep the place operationally open. That's not paying anybody, that's just paying all the bills, the heat, the gas, the rent, electricity, internet and all that stuff, and then fixing stuff, randomly fixing things on the building and changing ramps is included in that. So at this point, we're all volunteer, and we'd like to answer the second part of your question too, we'd like to get an intern in there even this year to help start putting that foothold to where we can have an employee in there. But we do have a couple big proposals out for some people that may be able to donate some chunks of change to us here. Hopefully we hear back by the end of the year, but ultimately the goal is to have someone we have 2 part-time employees that cover all the sessions, and we do charge to get in the place as well. We charge $20 the first time, and then we charge $10 per 4-hour session from there. So we try to keep it affordable. Something like this would cost a lot of money. I mean, it would probably cost to build it. You're probably close to
$250,000 to build it.
I was gonna say $500,000.
So 250,
$500,000 to build it properly, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, to build and then to operate, it
Then
would
build
be,
and operate, but you can, I planned it like, so this area, you could rent out space and generate revenue from that, from shops and things of that nature. But I would say it's probably gonna take, 8, 10 employees when it's going full speed. A manager, and then you're gonna have people to train. It'll be a big operation. I honestly hadn't thought about the numbers side of something like that quite yet.
yeah, but I'm an accountant, I can't.
I know.
So.
I'm more creative though.
Well, yeah, in my world, that gets you incarcerated.
Well, first of all, I have to say, every time I've passed that building in the last few years, I've been thinking mountain bike area in there. But have you talked to organizations like Nitro and trying to coalesce, a community around this concept? And then secondly, this facility in Cleveland, have you sat down with them at all and talked with them about their path and how they got to where they are and their operating costs? And
Yes, yes and yes. So the first part of your question, sorry, remind me there, I was thinking too much about the second one.
just other organizations.
Oh,
in the community
yeah,
like
yeah.
Nitro
So,
and BMX Group.
yeah, so my intent with this is to bring, and this could work, and there's a couple different options going through my head, but basically my intent is to bring other non-for-profits together and give them somewhere to go, play, like the Derby Girls, Nitro, for instance, the Fort Wayne Indoor, the Fort Wayne BMX track. So we started doing some stuff with the kids there. They're coming in and doing gate starts now, and so their little eyeballs get to see the skate park, and they're already riding bikes, so those kids are going to be stuck on the skate park forever now. I can already tell. And then it just we're right on the edge of having everything come together, I think, at this point in time. And the more we push, the more people that hear and see what we're doing and actually see the place and see the kids. It's just that timing of the whole thing. I think it's just right on the edge of becoming successful in my mind. Overall.
So what other, you have partnerships with the local bike shops and people that, where your people are going to buy?
Yes,
gear?
so Summit City Bikes, big supporter of us. We have we have a small shop in there that they actually give us parts and whatnot at a discounted price, and we sell it up, or mark it up and sell it at regular price to them. We also just started what will be our third company, my third company, which is called Dead End Skateboards. We're going to start our own skateboard brand, and X amount of the profits we're going to kick back to the skate park to help kind of prop it up. We just ordered how many skateboards?
100.
100 skateboard decks. So
With a local artist that's heavily involved in it too.
yeah, Tim Barron's a local artist. He's doing unique prints on these boards for us. So the first 100 are going to be like collector boards, and then so that's going to help prop the skate park up. And then so I also have another company that I do that pays my bills, because the other ones do not at this point in time. I do security systems and audio, video, and theaters and that kind of stuff for home and business for my actual living. So throughout the day I do that, then my second job is basically going to the skate park, I guess is the
What
way.
are the economics of a big event coming to Fort Wayne?
So, I also do a series where I do 4 skate parks. That's a BMX contest series, 4 different parks. There's 2 in Indiana, 2 in Ohio. When we do the one here, it'll be in January 6th here, and last year I think I had 60 entrants, and I had 12 people from Canada come. I had people as far as Wisconsin, New York, Kentucky, and all the surrounding states here to hang out for that contest. I'm basically here for a Friday night and a Saturday. The contest was Saturday. We do skateboard contests very similar. We see people from Kentucky, we see people from all over the place. And on a regular basis throughout the normal week, we see more kids and people coming from the surrounding cities than we do from Fort Wayne itself.
Because if you can start talking about, the retail value, the hotels in Fort Wayne, that's what politicians are going to care about. What's the economic value for our community? Because if we can push the economic value, hey, we're bringing all these people, we're exposing Fort Wayne.
Yes.
It's an innovative place where you can do these kinds of things. That's the language they care about.
No, I agree, and I just gotta learn that language, I guess.
Yeah, and I would stop putting yourself down, because you're the perfect person to actually do this.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody better in Fort Wayne to do this than you, and so you should stop
Okay.
selling yourself short.
I see what you're saying.
It is
No, I
all
see what you're
unfigured
saying.
out, it's uncharted territory.
Yes.
But you're the best person, you guys are the best people to lead this
They're
effort.
being-
Yeah.
Well, I was involved in Europe's largest amateur skateboard contest for 5 years. It's the second largest skateboard contest in the world. Okay, and that it would bring in close to 500,000
Wow.
euros
Yeah,
every season. Just that one contest.
yeah, so then you start doing quarterly contests and using napkin
So
math,
that's
just
our
using those
goal.
types
If we
of
build
numbers.
something, we can have that stuff, because there's nothing in the Midwest at all.
Yeah, and at the skate park of Amsterdam, if you want to do your research, you can actually see hard numbers. Michael Kroneweg, which is he's kind of like the Rich Hoppy of Amsterdam and the Dan Butler. He started it. He did it 20 years. Through politics, the government took away the property that they built for the skate park, and the skate park was lost for about 3, almost 4 years. And you could see within the economics of Amsterdam that there was an impact from that skate park not being there. Now they just brought it back with the government's help, because the government actually seen the impact
And
of the economics.
Brian built that skate park as well.
Yeah.
So we have a really good, you might have to go,
Experience,
you might have
case
to.
studies.
Yes.
Those- Yeah, that's convincing.
Those are solid numbers.
Drink with me there, bud. Yeah, hang on.
Yes, so when you got started the business, so what, you have a building that started the business a long time ago?
When we started the business, it was pretty much just landed in my lap. I don't even know I was gonna have a skate park, honestly. It was just like, okay, well, everyone kind of disappeared and the landlord's asking for rent, so here we are. And that's when we started the GoFundMe, and I've spent some money on it, but literally it's kind of just happened. I don't know, when you're really passionate about something and you really want something, as you all know, it comes to you. So I feel like it's been given to me, and like you said, I am the guy that's here to perpetuate it into the future. So, and it's good that you said that to me. But I always, I'm looking for somebody else, and he's right here.
Part of Fort Wayne is your largest draw.
What region?
Yeah. Just
Of
trying to
the
figure
city?
Where you get your uncalled people.
I mean, as far as how people hear about us, it's social media 100%. So we have a very small, we don't have any marketing budget, because we do market a little bit for that big event we do, but all of it is all social media. I spend very small amounts of marketing on social media. When we do events, I'll advertise on Instagram and Facebook to drive people to the events, and I use targeted marketing on Facebook, where I just go to different cities around town and target moms and kids, more or less.
What part of the city do you get most of the people from?
I really don't know. I don't know what part of the city we get most of them from, because the demographics overall of these action sports are so minute in comparison to a lot of the sports. They're very small, and it's not. I don't think it's a concentrated effort. I think we get kids from all over each of the areas around town. I don't think there's any metric that says the central kids are more apt to come than the kids that live out on DuPont Road. I think it's equal throughout. That's a great question, though. Yes.
Just to add on that, like when I was in high school, the only skate park that I remember there being was out in Huntington. And I always wanted to go and like watch, I couldn't do it myself, but I like watching. And I think this is an amazing idea. I really think that this is great, because it provides not just a competition zone or anything, but it's an activity center for teens, kids, adults, for
Right.
everybody locally. I think this would be fantastic.
It's an environment, is what it is, and it's a
complete
very.
culture, and I love what you have there. I think that would
Thank
be
you.
great.
I said that to the mayor about a year and a half ago or so. I've never got a phone call or anything.
Yeah.
I think TK was.
All right.
Yeah, but
TK?
my own thing would be is have you looked at anything centrally with everything going on downtown? Anything down there where just came up with kids would be coming in, adults would be coming in, investors are down there, and not that everything's happening down there, but there's so much space.
Yes.
That's being either reclaimed or redone.
It's getting more expensive every day.
But, I mean, exactly, I mean, you know, my own thing, we're looking at electric works and everything like that. I mean, is that something good?
I would love that if I had the unlimited capital. So the thing is, right now we're backwards $10,000, so I can't even, you know, it's hard to float the thing as well as plan for something that, in my mind, is a long way down the road. You know what I mean? So
I see everything there is your second thing about community. That's, I mean, I lived on the West Coast for a long time and everything, and I mean, this is like gospel for
it absolutely is, and
what it does for kids and what it does for the families around and the people around that are watching these kids do something.
the positivity
other than
just
hang out.
exudes. It's amazing. It really is. And like you said, just coming and watching, you build this environment, you build somewhere that people can safely watch and have a sandwich or something. You know, it's pretty awesome to see some of these kids and what they can actually do, and to watch them grow up and pursue those careers. Can I get one more? Or
Oh, yes, one
Okay.
more.
I think this is two again.
Uh-oh.
In
You and your
doing
two-part question.
all of, what?
I said you and your two-part question.
I'm sorry. In doing this, is doing that also that you have the funds to continue serving the youth in your mission?
This overall thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So throughout this, you know, we mentor kids. We would still have lessons and programs available to teach kids. And on this level, we'd have rental bicycles, rental skateboards, you know, rental helmets. It would be the full gamut of, and we would even have a place where you could bring your own bicycle and keep it there all winter. Because I keep my bike there all winter. So I don't have to drag it around. It sucks taking it in and out of the car, you know. And one more thing I forgot to mention is we have 24-hour access to the park right now. So through my technologically whatever path I've chosen in my other career, we got cameras in there. I've got an alarm system. So I give them a code, like we call it the code holder program. They got to be over 18, of course. If they are under 18, their parent can take them, but they can have access to the building anytime they want to, day or night. And we've got about 10 people on that program right now. I charge them $50 a month to have 24-hour access to the place, because I have 24-hour access to it and I love it. And I think that I just look at it like a gym, essentially, you know. So it's worked out for those kids and people that can't get there when our session times are up.
Okay.
Gate starts?
I love gate starts, yeah. Gate starts on Monday.
Can you?
Oh,
can you
no,
have that
no.
access and have gates?
No.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to wrap it up and move on. The thing is that this one feels like a lot of questions.
There's a lot of questions,
things.
yeah. I'm sticking around afterwards, Brian. I'll make Brian stick around too.
Right, so talk to Rich.
Yep.
Rich afterward, and yeah, I've got some contacts for you too.
Okay.
So, but thank you very
Hey,
much.
thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay. No, we don't have a mug.